Hi guys, welcome to the weekly astrology and pick a crystal reading for the week ahead for May 25th through to May 31st, 2020. These are the crystals for your card messages this week. So there is the first one, which is a crystal pyramid. I'm not actually sure what crystal that is, but it's pretty anyway. So if anyone knows what that is, let me know, but I'm not sure what it is. The next one is it's blue and it's a pyramid and it's pretty, so you can choose that if you like it. The second one is a Selenite Tower. I love selenite. Third one is a Amethyst Tower, and the last one is another selenite. It's a selenite slab or a wand. So see which one you're drawn to for your card messages for this week. And I'm just going to talk about the astrology. Before I do, if you'd like to book a private reading with me, go to the link below and you can click on my store. I have lots of different options for readings there. If you're interested in gemstone jewelry that I make, go to the other link underneath the readings booking link. You can also follow me on other social media other than YouTube, like Instagram and Facebook. Alright, so with the astrology this week, there's not too much to go into. We just came out of kind of a very intense week this last week that's just gone with, you know, moving into Gemini season, new moon in Gemini. Quite a draining week, I think, for a lot of people. With all that Gemini, the mind is just so overstimulated, and communications can have been very confusing or hectic with the square from Mercury to Neptune, which we've just had, the square from Venus to Neptune, which we've just had all last week. So that influence with the Venus retrograde square Neptune is still in effect this week. So that puts a little bit of confusion around our relationships, okay? So, and communications in relationships, because it is Venus in Gemini. We could be reevaluating things from the past to do with relationships. We could be reviewing all of our relationships and thinking about, you know, what we really want out of our relationships and what our values are, because Venus is all about our values. And in Gemini, we could be in two minds about things. We could struggle with decision making as well. Or, you know, it can be a time where you just get, for some people, you actually can experience more of a connection to your intuition and understanding things more deeply around your relationship. So that's a possibility, but it can also bring confusion for some people with the square with Neptune that's continuing, as I said, this week. The other stuff going on this week is on Friday, Mercury, the planet of communication, moves into Cancer. So a big shift from its home sign in Gemini. But in Cancer, you know, that brings an energy of the mind being more focused on family and family matters and children and, you know, parents and home as well. So like your actual home that you live in, you know, what's, you know, stable for you, where you have security, because there's a very Cancerian energy. So from Friday, we may even also start to feel some kind of inner reflection about the past. And you know, Cancerian energy very much does relate to the past. So we could be thinking about past relationships, or you could even hear from someone from the past during the transit of Mercury in Cancer, which goes for a little while. I could actually check how long for. Let's see. So Mercury in Cancer starts 29th of May and goes all the way through to, we have a retrograde cycle of Mercury coming from June, and then it goes direct in July. So Mercury is actually going to be in Cancer for quite a while. So we have Mercury in Cancer all the way up to August 6th. Wow, that's a long time for Mercury to be in a sign. It's because of the retrograde cycle where it, you know, goes backwards in the sky from our perspective on Earth anyway. So that's a long time for Mercury in Cancer. So there is a lot of thinking about the past, processing very deep emotions through the mind, processing relationships, family relationships, other relationships, where we live. Even you could be thinking about where you live and where you would like to live, like thinking about a new home, ideas about a new home, you know, changes in the home, or rethinking things to do with the home, especially when Mercury goes retrograde in June. So it is a big shift from Gemini, Mercury being in Gemini to Mercury being in Cancer. We can feel much more emotional as well with Mercury in Cancer. for some people, there can be more tears, there can be more emotion and more expression of emotion, because Mercury that we've just had in Gemini is a little bit dry. It's more rational. It's not as emotional. But Mercury in Cancer is much more emotional. So from Friday, see if you notice that shift there that happens. And as I said, it's going to be in Cancer for quite a while, up until, as I said, was it early 5th of August? It's going to be in Cancer. So interesting. But the positive aspect of that is you may want to make some changes in the home, like redecorate your home, have ideas about, changing up some rooms or refreshing things in your home, like clearing out clutter and sort of reorganizing and setting up things in a room or in your house in a different way to sort of make the energy more harmonious, or, yeah, that sort of thing. All right, and the other stuff we have is just on the weekend. We have on Saturday and Sunday, the energy starts to get a little bit harsher in some way, with Mercury in Cancer, quincunx, which is, an aspect I don't usually mention, but I did notice it making a hard angle, quincunx angle, or an inconjunct to Saturn, and that can create some kind of tension in the mind, especially in regard to authority figures. So anyone that's an authority in your life, from, an elder parent to, a husband figure, or a boss. Saturday, I mean, some people do work on Saturdays, but it could be dealing with some issues of someone in authority, or coming up against someone in authority. Be careful with this energy, because, Mercury up against Saturn, Mercury doesn't have much power against Saturn. Saturn's quite overwhelming to Mercury. So if you are driving on the weekend, pay extra attention to signs and other drivers and things like that, because this energy is a little bit tense. Dealing with other people there. It could be problems with parents, as I said, or an older person that or someone that has authority in your life. Also Sunday we have Sun square Mars, which is kind of an agitator type energy. So the weekend looks a little bit tricky there. So just be mindful with these energies on the weekend to, count to 10 if you need to. Just a little bit of tension in the air with, Mercury and Saturn, and then Sun and Mars. But, on Sunday with the Sun square Mars, that is a tense energy, but you can use that energy for productive means to do things that are productive, but just don't overexert yourself or overpush yourself or overexert your energy, because you could end up feeling drained with that if you try to take on too much. All right, so that's the astrology for this week. It's much quicker than normal. It wasn't too much for this week though. So let's see what you have. So this is for those that chose the pretty blue crystal pyramid. So there's one tarot card, I forgot to say, from the Witch's Tarot, which is this deck here. One card, an oracle card from Ask Your Guides deck, and one from the Unicorn Oracle. Right, so you guys have the Knight of Swords. Ooh, Death card, Guardian Angels. But Delight as well. Very opposite energy, Death and Delight. Both starting with D, bizarre. It says, count your blessings and enjoy life. Take pleasure in the simple things. Always expect the best. Wow. Very interesting messages that I'm getting here. I'm just going to start talking about what I'm picking up on. So with the Death card next to the Delight card, I'm really getting here there's something about making sure that you focus on what's positive in your life and accept where there has been challenges or difficulties, and know that we can't always control the troubles and the challenges that we face in life as much as we would like to. There is change around you as well in a significant way, and you may be dealing with some challenges that are a little bit heavy on you at this time, or causing some aggravation here with the Knight of Swords, causing some mental stress as well. The swords are always, the mind and thinking and even communication. So could be some difficulties, but there's also this beautiful card, the Delight card, which is saying count your blessings and enjoy life. So, always expect the best. Try not to have a pessimistic outlook because you're going through some challenging times at the moment. Try to refocus the mind on what is beautiful and where there is gratitude to be had. Wow, this is quite a deep message, I feel. Because it's almost like there's temptation to get, very reactive, upset, or feel very victimized in some way with this energy here. But there is a need to refocus and realize that, everybody in life goes through challenges and ups and downs and has to deal with the darker aspects of life, such as, grieving, death, decay, loss, all those, you know, darker aspects of life. But the Delight card is saying, you know, you've got so much to be thankful for right now as well, and make sure that you spend time reflecting on that, or, you know, even write a gratitude list before bed. You know, you can write down 5 or 6 things that you're grateful for. It just helps to change the mindset from very heavy and a lower vibrational, maybe even fear-based energy a little bit, to a more positive, hopeful outlook, and a receptive and open-hearted outlook as well. Because even though there is a heavy energy with this, and you may feel under attack, or you may feel not very good in yourself at this time because of some challenges that you're experiencing, and some things that you're having to surrender with and let go of, because it's almost like, you know, Spirit is here with the angels trying to help you, but it's like there's a need to surrender to, you know, it doesn't mean that you can't do anything about your situation or you can't respond, but it's like there are bigger events going on that may be beyond your control, and Spirit's asking you to focus on what is within your ability to focus on positively. So yeah, there is a balance between these two energies here. It's like not being too much in one of these energies or the other. That's what I'm feeling with this. It's like not being so trying to escape your reality, but not being too in the low vibration, heavy, you know, energy that might make you feel very burdened if you let yourself get sucked down into that. All right, so I hope that made sense. If you choose a pile that doesn't resonate for you, you can always choose another one. This is for the Selenite. Ooh, I like that card. Possibility, very nice. You have, ooh, the Nine of Cups, beautiful, which is Wishes Fulfilled card. I love that. That's really nice for you guys. And these colors kind of resonate together, I feel. Whoops, sorry, just trying to balance them all. I need to bring this here. There we go. I like to sit them up a little bit. And what do you have here? We have creativity guides, invention. Ooh, something about, oh, sorry, the glare there was a bit intense. So there's something about creativity here, and doing something, whether it's work related or just something like a hobby, or something that you want to do that inspires you. And I feel like there's something to do with outdoors and doing something fun. Could even be with other people, I feel. For some people it might be on your own, for some people it might be with other people. The Nine of Cups is a beautiful card for you guys this week. It's showing you that there is a lot of fulfillment for you this week, and even for some people a wish comes true this week. It won't be everybody that chose this, but it's either going to be wish fulfillment or just feeling very positive maybe after a difficult time as well. The possibility card is great. It says raise your standards, elevate your expectations. You have unlimited potential. Wow. And what I'm getting here is if you start something that you've been thinking of or that comes to you this week, it's going to be very fulfilling to you, and there's a lot of potential with it. Wow. There's something about being creative for sure here. For some people, it could be a business idea, and you might be wondering, would it be successful? Would it get off the ground? And I'm feeling like it's a yes with the possibility card. And you know, you'll never know unless you try. But if you have an inspiration, these cards are saying that inspiration will pay off for you in some way. It's all very strong and very positive here. Just see if there's any other messages. I just keep getting things about creativity over and over. So if you chose that Selenite Tower, there's definitely something that you have within you that's creative in some way. It doesn't have to be the arts. It could be painting, but it could be something completely different, like singing, or a different path that you're thinking of taking that just has a lot of potential in it. And you might have been thinking about it. I'm getting jewelry for someone out there. So someone may have been thinking about making jewelry or working with jewelry or even gemstones, something like that. There's something else of someone actually getting creative with their meals, like creating like really nice meals from home, like cooking and coming up with new ideas, and it's actually inspiring other people, something along those lines. That might just be for one person, I don't know. I'm just going to see if there's anything else. Interesting. I'm also getting writing for some people, so there may be like poetry or writing, lyrics, music. What else? I've seen someone writing something that's very inspired, and unique as well. So that could be just for one or two people out there. But there is something creative this week that's going to give you a lot of positive energy and positive vibes. That's great. All right, so the next lot is the beautiful Amethyst Tower. Ooh, Knight of Cups. Venus. Interesting. And there's a couple there. Support. Interesting. Okay. Ask for help. Get more rest. Nurture yourself. I'm feeling like this week, if you've chosen this, the Amethyst, I feel like there's support coming in for you in some way, either through another person or, yeah, through another person or through a relationship that has like a heart-centered, because I'm drawn to the heart here, and this is, you know, it has a romantic connotation to it, but there is this energy here of somebody, either you being there for somebody who you have this strong bond with, or vice versa, someone being there for you. And it may be that someone, whether it's you or the other person, is needing some kind of support this week. I am seeing something to do with finances here as well, very strongly, where it's like someone may need or ask for money or offer money. There could be that, as it could be just a couple of people with that. I'm getting like a very sort of slow pace with this energy, and a very peaceful energy actually. So I do feel that if you've selected this, there is a feeling of allowing yourself to take rest this week. Venus energy is, you know, a very sort of soft energy. It's a very, you know, slow down and smell the roses kind of energy. But also it's an energy about abundance as well, and understanding that if someone asks for your help, you know, what you give, you will receive back from the universe, not always from that person that you've given to though. And there's something about the energy of give and take and exchange it's a very Libran energy, which Venus rules Libra but also rules Taurus, but I'm getting a Libran energy of balance and harmony with this. So there could be something for some people about dealing with a Libra, or you are a Libra, but I'm getting Libra very strong. I mean, obviously Venus, as I said, rules Taurus and Libra, so that is represented here. And we have water energy here of Scorpio, Cancer, or Pisces that comes up. I do get a very soft energy with this. So I feel like there's positive energy around you this week with regards to support, energy exchange that's very positive between yourself and another person, and a balanced energy where, you know, if there was a relationship also for some people that has felt like it's been out of balance or hasn't been right lately, has been off in some way, I feel like this is rebalancing the energy this week in some way. It might be in a small way, but it's still significant in some way. Okay, let's see what's next. So this is for the Selenite Wand. Oh, 10 of Wands. That's weird because I was like, look, and that's a very heavy card. Okay, discipline. Oh, that really relates to this in some way. Partnership, interesting. Oh, wow. Several messages here. I'm just going to talk about what I see. So, for some people, you guys, some people are working with their spirit guides very closely this week to achieve something that is not easy to do. So there may be a challenge ahead of you this week that's a little bit daunting or feels like a burden with the 10 of Wands. It could be work-related. It could be some kind of responsibility, obligation, or just a challenge that you are having to deal with in some way. And I feel with this 10 of Wands here, you know, it feels like a karmic weight, something that you have to deal with that you can't, you feel like you can't get out of, or you feel like you just have to face this. You know, again, it could be work related. But the Master Teacher card is interesting. It says discipline. It's number 33, which is a master number. And partnership. Teamwork will give you a better result. Find trustworthy people to partner with. Build up a talented support team. Wow. See, this is interesting. It talks about partnership here, and we have this feeling very alone with your burdens. And then we have, you know, Master Teacher. So again, two people working together here. The student and the teacher, symbolically, and the partnership, that's two. But we have this lone figure here trying to sort of deal with all of this heaviness on his own. And what I'm getting with this is this week, it is better for you to do something that's challenging with another person. So if you have something that you have to deal with that's heavy, or, you know, to do with something that feels like a burden, or feels challenging, or feels emotionally heavy, or psychologically heavy, and maybe there's even an element of hard work involved with it, it would be positive for you to open up to see where you could work with someone else to support you in some way, to help in some way, or to work as a team. The Discipline card is interesting. I'm getting the word focus here with this. So there is something where you need to focus your mind and focus on what really needs to get done, rather than letting yourself be distracted. Because this figure here, he's walking on this rubble, and it's very uneven ground here. Just get this closer. See the uneven ground, and he's carrying those heavy wands, and it's like, if he doesn't pay attention, if he gets distracted, he could fall and just drop all those wands on the floor. So, and that would just set him back on his journey, you know, to where he's trying to get to, which is quite time consuming because it's quite far away, and he's, you know, he's walking slowly here with all these burdens on his shoulders. So what I'm getting here is focus and be cautious in each step. But if you have to wait for the right time this week to do something, it would be better to wait for the right time rather than try and fast track something, or just to cross it off a list. So I hope that makes sense for someone or several someone's out there. Also, there's something for some people of working on a relationship here, and Spirit helping you deal with some troubles in a relationship, or a troubling relationship. It doesn't have to be romantic. It could be with a parent, it could be with a boss, it could be with a sibling, it could be anyone, you know. But there is a sense here of Spirit working with you to harmonize the relationship and bring about positive results here, is what I'm feeling. Okay, very interesting messages this week, quite unique. So that was it for this week, guys. Thank you so much once again for watching. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up so I know that you liked it. If you'd like to comment, feel free. I always appreciate reading the comments, and have a really good week, everybody. Take care. Bye.